Today is September 3rd, and today's quote is called "A Promise to God." I often wonder if it's our initiation vows that are difficult to keep, or that we haven't developed the consciousness to commit in general. I don't think we can remove the issue of commitment in general from the equation of following specific vows. If I could break a promise I made to God, my initiation vows, then we need to question how seriously we take promises and vows in general. So this was a realization that I had when I was preparing my workshop on vows. I was questioning myself, is it that a particular devotee is having difficulty with a specific vow, there's a specific weakness? Or is it that in general they're not committed, that they take things lightly, that they make promises but they don't take it to heart, they make commitments that they don't keep, that they're maybe weak in general, they lack intention, they lack determination, and so forth. And the more I studied the subject, the more I thought about it, the more I felt that it's often the latter. It's not just that, well, I'm weak in a particular area and that's why I can't follow the vow. Or there's an extenuating circumstance, which is why I can't follow the vow. And that is true in some cases, but I think what's true in more cases than we might imagine is that we're just not committed. Our relationship with commitment is not deep, it's not developed. We say we're going to do something, but we don't take it seriously. We make a promise, we make a vow, and then we give up on it. And then we have some excuse or reason. And I think if we look at it from the point of view of not the specific vow, but question ourselves whether or not am I just not committed in general, whether or not I'm not taking seriously the vows I make, then I think we'll get more to the heart of the problem. Now, if we study the way Prabhupada taught us to understand vows and to follow vows, we'll see that this was his angle of vision, that you promise, you commit. Prabhupada understood the difficulties we had in committing to the vows we made. He understood the specific challenges. If you study Prabhupada's books, you read his letters, you can see he was well aware that controlling sex desire is extremely difficult. He acknowledged that. But at the same time, he acknowledged the fact that if we're committed, we'll be able to do it if we take our commitments seriously. So that's the idea of today's quote. Question yourself. Is it just that I'm weak in a particular area? I made a goal, I made an intention, and I'm not following through? Or is it something deeper, that I'm just not as committed a person in general as I need to be? I'm not as intentional a person as I need to be. I'm not as determined as I need to be. And so rather than focus on that particular vow and say, use that as an excuse or a reasoning and say, that's why I'm having problems, but rather think of it as a general lack of commitment and ask myself, what can I do to be a more committed person?